Let's talk about finding the right dog trainer here in Virginia because it can really make all the difference. Whether you've got a brand new puppy or you're working with an older dog, the right training helps you both just enjoy your life together so much more. And Virginia's landscape is just so varied, right? One day you're on a busy city street, the next you're on a quiet mountain trail. Good training means your dog can be comfortable and well behaved in both spots, which makes every single trip out of the house way more fun. So here's what we're going to walk through. First, we'll get into your dog's world right here in Virginia. Then we'll talk about picking a training style, what to expect with options and costs, the key questions you need to ask, and finally, some local rules and great places to practice. A confident dog is a happy dog, and that confidence really does come from good training. In a state like ours, with so many different things to see and do, having good manners just opens up a whole world of adventures for you and your dog to share. This is really about training for your actual life. I mean, think about it. You're preparing your dog to handle a crowded sidewalk in Arlington or to stay focused when they see a deer on a trail in the Shenandoah. And that's a totally different skill from, say, ignoring seagulls at Virginia Beach. A good local trainer gets those little differences. Okay, so now that we know why that local knowledge is so helpful, let's get into the how. We'll look at the different methods, what those letters after a trainer's name mean, and the types of classes you'll probably come across. Modern, really effective training, it's all built on trust, not fear. Positive reinforcement is what you want to look for. It teaches your dog what you want them to do, and honestly, it makes them genuinely excited to learn with you. So you're going to see a lot of acronyms next to trainers' names, and this just helps make sense of them. These certifications, they show a real commitment to professional standards and that the person keeps up with their education. It just gives you a little more peace of mind. Generally, you'll see two main ways to do this. In-home training is fantastic for tackling issues that happen right in your house, like, jumping on guests. Group classes, on the other hand, are perfect for helping your dog learn how to focus when there are other people and dogs around. All right, let's get into the practical side of things, something that's on everybody's mind, the cost. Just knowing the typical prices for training in Virginia can help you figure out what's right for your budget. So, what should you expect to invest? Well, as you're about to see, it really depends on the kind of training you're looking for. This gives you a pretty clear snapshot of what's typical. As you can see, a multi-week group class is often a really affordable way to start. Something more intensive, like a board and train, is a much bigger investment. And of course, where you live in Virginia definitely plays a part. Prices are usually higher in more populated areas, but the good news is you can find quality, effective training all over the Commonwealth. Okay, now for what might be the most useful part, the exact questions you should ask a potential trainer. This is really how you find the perfect match for you and your dog. This should absolutely be your first question. You want to hear them get excited, talking about positive reinforcement, using rewards, and making learning fun. It's how you make sure their approach lines up with modern, humane methods. This next question helps you get a feel for their level of commitment. A great trainer is going to be proud of their certifications and passionate about learning more. It shows they're really dedicated to what they do. And finally, this is the question that makes it all about you. You want a trainer who actually listens to what you want to achieve, whether that's just having a calm dog at a brewery in Richmond or getting a rock-solid recall on a trail near Charlottesville. So once you have a trainer and a plan, it's time to get out there in the real world. Let's go over a few key local rules and then some great spots to practice all those new skills. These are basically the non-negotiables. A well-trained dog just makes it so much easier to be a great neighbor and a responsible dog owner. You'll have no problem respecting local laws, from leash rules to making sure your dog isn't being a nuisance. And this is where all that hard work really pays off. These are just a few of the amazing spots around Virginia where you can safely practice and have fun, whether that's working on recall in a fenced-in park or just practicing polite leash walking on a beautiful trail. The effort you put into training comes back to you in so many ways. It builds a much stronger bond, it gives both of you more freedom, and it lowers stress. It lets you and your happy, confident dog really enjoy everything that Virginia has to offer together.